that's a long way off, then pride is still very much at stake. And tonight it is New South Wales Pride versus the Adelaide Fire here at the Goulburn Regional Hockey Centre.
Yeah, absolutely, especially for the first initial parts of it, and yeah, it can be quite frustrating, especially as a defender. As a striker, you're probably not too worried if you miss the ball, okay? But as a defender, if it gets over the top, then it can cause a few issues.
And if you give too much time, the ability to play those passes, those line-threaded balls is too great. Nice hit ball inside the left foot. Seemed to be a stick in the end. Good setup. New South Wales Pride going back out, and that thrown ball in, suggesting, well, there's certainly multiple player appeal that there was a foot in the middle of that circle. Good strong pickup. Lovely little lead into the baseline. The pullback on the 90 doesn't come to anything, and now all of a sudden Fire have a chance. Adelaide Fire to baseline, working into the top edge of that circle. The 3D skills in through. Some missed touch in the end that ends up with the goalkeeper Ash Thomas on his backside, having got the bottom of his shoe to a strength about them, which means the range of passes as they carry it in. New South Wales Pride to the edge. Shot at the goalkeeper. Hayward gets his feet together enough to deny. Second phase in and through. Scored on the far post. Self up into the second score. Into the top of the circle. Good carry. Just takes it out right-hand side a little bit. Picks and rolls, threatens on the forehand, doesn't, comes back in again. Well scored, the second attempt. Hayward did well to deny on the backhand. Really good pick and carry into the circle on the backhand. The threatened shot comes in, it's fired across. Hayward gets half a glove behind it. It seems to deflect into his helmet, and then Adelaide Fire can get it. Govers undoubtedly will want to have a crack. That's the left Castle, in and through. Off a foot down in that bottom corner. And Adelaide Fire are away inside the circle, looking up and running in. Potts' opportunity comes to nothing. Belief possibly is slightly lacking. They've got to make up for that with real clarity. That's a lovely little ball floated forwards. Opportunity out on that left-hand side. Trying to get it in was Snowden. Failed to just get the reverse touch. Right-hand Castle in through. Long drag. Well, hands up in the air, suggesting that it come off a body on the way through. I think a personal penalty for the chatter is, but I'm not sure that the on-field decision, maybe it is a regulation here, but I'm going to open that as a conversation for our social media fans to lambast me inside the second quarter of the commentary. Actually invites the opponent. Here is an opportunity, good carry forwards. Adelaide Fire into the circle, back the shot. That is a save and a half from Ash Thomas from the top of the circle. Right-hand Castle, oh, it's gone all over the place off the trap. Opportunity there in front of Ash Thomas, and he easily puts a right foot through it.
So it's that 30 or 40 centimetres that at this level changes everything. And so, you know, that's something that the coaches might pull out and just say, here, if you can't touch them with your stick, you're not close enough. That players at this level do not feel pressure unless you can steal the ball off them. So you just saw him essentially eliminate two players with a pass. So just tiny little things that shift the play.
You also have that defending from behind, that deep defending. Well, there's an opportunity. What a finish that is, in and across the circle. Into the right-hand side, makes no mistake, and makes it 4 for New South Wales Pride against Adelaide Fire. Fire being punished for that defensive uncertainty as they cleared.
It is interesting how this player-on-player, man-on-man marking, you know, for so long off the back of the brilliant run that the Belgians had.
Single Castle routine, one trap at the top, in and through and wide. Bit of collision at the top of the circle.
Yeah.
You've got players, I mean, even outside this tournament, like an Amit Rohidas from India, who is genuinely incredible. That is a tight 5 metres, I'll tell you. However, good pick and into the middle of the circle, opportunity back foot, and there's the roll. Is deemed to be an illegal challenge in the middle of the circle. Turnover once again, New South Wales Pride. That's going to fall kindly for them into the top of the circle. Option for a little hot pass. That's a super bit of defending. Underneath his toes, going forward from Connor Tuddenham. Up and over to the far side. What's the intended target? Baseline, the swing and a miss. What an opportunity that is. Really good defending in the end from Mitchell Dell to get in the way. Single Castle in through, long drag, and it's got half a touch on the way through that takes a load of pace off it.
And sort of central midfield players sitting about 2.5 metres behind their opposite numbers. So
great skill. Sorry, Ken. Opportunity into the circle. Lovely little left to right movement as they come in, but it's the foul touch. But up and over. It's a wristy little flick. That's right on the circle line. Opportunity to shoot in and through, but across goal. Wide, deemed dangerous. Left to right to go across in the linear run. They don't. They go right Castle. They played it across. They're looking for the tip in. They went for a routine rather than through. Ash Thomas gets double touch. It feels, and it's completely different down there on the turf. But as Jethro Eustace moved that ball on, opportunity in and through and up and over. Just enough defensive pressure to deny New South Wales Pride an open goal chance. There's another turnover into the edge, 2-on-1. Opportunity for a lovely under the arm ball. Goalkeeper Hayward comes out and denies. That'll be his ball. Let's give it a go. Just moments ago, we saw Hugh Snowden get that, and as he cut back in field, he was frustrated. As we see, they do get it on the backhand, and that's an easy clearance with the right foot. Now Ash Thomas just plays through that and gets it clear. Ideas about maybe what we're talking about, or the bus that I've thrown Kin over, one or the other. James?
No, absolutely. I think you've mentioned here several times that we've got rather short walls. Well, that big clearing removal there from the Adelaide Fire nearly actually took out Emma Croker. She's set to play in the next game, of course. One of the Goulburn locals. We would have been down to 3 instead of the 4 of them.
At top level, whether it's in a franchise competition such as this, whether it's internationally, there's a ball into the circle. Opportunity. Ash Thomas makes another save. Again, you talk about, we spoke about a minute ago, Adelaide Fire not being unhappy with where they are. Well, that's a long, slow drag. For some reason, it didn't seem like one active penalty stroke. Set and ready. It's a slow shuffle step that gives him that forward momentum, but it's right down the sideboard. Great call, Ken. Really well done. All the way round. Leon Hayward. That's genuinely. The guy's a bit of a genius anyway. Runners are out a little bit slow. Hayward gets it away and through, and he does find enough power this time. I'm not sure whether it's gone. It's just the frustration that they must have when they go back, where Jethro Eustace does the analysis with Mark Victory and goes, well, it's not about chances. The chances are there. New South Wales creating a chance of their own as they run down that right-hand side. There, Castle, clean trap. Hayward in and through. Thomas with a clear touch, and that will just roll outside. A bit of common sense applied in those circumstances. Doesn't go amiss at times, does it? And there, however, is the hooter that concludes the first game of the evening here at the Goulburn Regional Hockey Centre. The first half performance that set the platform for New South Wales Pride.